Mount Kailash, lonely and inaccessible, has remained a mystery for centuries, shrouded in myths, legends, and spiritual teachings. The high and harsh peaks of this sacred mountain attract only rare, brave explorers ready to challenge its unforgiving conditions. The locals who inhabit the surrounding lands have believed for centuries that Kailash contains something beyond human comprehension. Perhaps this was due to their centuries-old beliefs that the mountain was the dwelling place of the gods, the sacred axis of the world, and the cage in which the innermost secrets of the universe were contained. Some of them even believe that Kailash is an inverted universe, where heaven and earth are naturally connected. This mountain, which is over 6,638 meters high, is of great significance to Buddhists, Hindus, and Jains. For many pilgrims, it represents the ultimate goal of their spiritual journey and quest for enlightenment. And every year, thousands of people walk around its base, engaging in rituals full of meaning and symbolism. In 2018, a group of scientists from the International Institute of Ecology, consisting of enthusiasts and experienced researchers, went to Kailash on an important mission. Their goal was to install cameras and sensors to study the unique local flora and fauna that have adapted to the extreme conditions of the highlands. Happy and excited, they dreamed of capturing rare species of animals, such as snow leopards or rare mountain goats, as well as seeing many birds of prey, eagles, hawks, and mountain vultures. The cameras were installed at different heights from the foot to the very top, which allowed for maximum coverage of all the natural beauty and diversity of this majestic region. The first weeks of observations did not bring anything special. Researchers have documented simple yet magnificent moments: snow leopards majestically scuttling across cliffs, graceful mountain goats managing to scale precipices, and birds of prey gliding high above. They even recorded explosive avalanches, a traditional sight in the region where advancing snow masses quickly covered everything in their path. However, during one of the usual morning sessions, when one of the researchers, Alex, was clicking through file entries on his laptop, he noticed something strange. In one of the pictures, amidst the howling snowfall and fierce wind, a dark figure appeared against the backdrop of high, smooth cliffs. This mysterious shadow stood motionless, as if watching the camera and waiting for some micro-moment, and its calmness contrasted with the raging world around it. The outfit was unusual, a smart long cloak with a hood, which hid her face, making it impossible to understand who or what it could be. The scientists, feeling a surge of excitement and adrenaline, immediately gathered together and went to the place where the mysterious figure was recorded. Despite careful searching and efforts, they were unable to find any traces or signs of anyone's presence. All that was found was solid rocks and snowstorms that replaced the bright day. Their attempts to find related objects, or at least footprints, were in vain. The cameras continued to film, but the mysterious figure never appeared again, leaving behind only questions and guesses. The scientific session continued, but by this point their research was raising more questions than it answered. Several days passed, and one night one of the researchers, named Alex, was awakened by a strange sound that seemed to be quietly calling his name. He shook his head slightly, trying to stretch his tired muscles, and looked out of the tent. As if in a nightmare, he froze in place. On the slope, illuminated by the moonlight, stood that very silhouette. The figure did not move. Its presence filled the air with something mystical. Looking at her, Alex felt a chill run down his spine. The long seconds filled with mysticism seemed like an eternity, but he made a decision. Overcoming his fear, he took a step forward. At that moment, the figure raised its hand and, slowly pointing to the sky, disappeared into the fog as quickly as it had appeared. It happened so suddenly that Alex didn't even have time to ask questions. The next morning, the research team decided to review the video footage the camera had recorded that night. The film showed no figure or traces of her presence, which only confused them even more. However, in the last frame, they saw something even stranger. The stars in the sky looked different. They formed an unknown pattern, reminiscent of an ancient symbol, which seemed to have hidden meanings forgotten for centuries. Their symmetrical and mysterious configurations were reminiscent of sacred signs connecting the human world with the spirit world. Researchers have tried to decipher the meaning of the sign, but without success. They were sorely lacking knowledge of ancient scriptures that could interpret the mysterious symbol. They spent many hours delving into sacred texts and stories, but could find nothing that would point to the true meaning of the riddle. After a few days, the group decided to leave the mountain, but the unanswered mystery continued to torment their minds. But one of the scientists, Alex, could not forget the moment that he clearly felt on the slope of Kailash. He returned home, deciding that his research would not stop there, and that perhaps there was some greater truth hidden in this conflict between humanity and nature. In search of answers, Alex began to meticulously study the ancient legends and myths associated with this majestic peak. He delved into sacred texts where he found various references to Kailash, including accounts of pilgrims and their encounters with divine beings. After years of searching, he finally found ancient records of monks who spoke of a being known as the guardian of the sky. This mysterious creature was mentioned only in the oldest manuscripts, which describe Kailash as a sacred place where the guardian lives and protects secrets known only to the chosen ones. The legend said that this guardian could appear only to those who were ready to see the truth that could change the understanding of the very nature of the universe and all living beings. While studying ancient manuscripts, Alex discovered that many of these sacred writings warned that one should only attempt to comprehend the guardian of heaven when the soul is filled with purity and true devotion. The incident at Kailash has forever remained a mystery to the world, but those who saw the figure knew that the inexplicable is closer than it seems, and it awaits those who dare to step beyond the boundaries of ordinary perception and look into the heart of the mystery. Alex finally realized that his research had taken him beyond the physical world in search of a deeper truth about the interaction between man and nature. He realized that his experience at Kailash symbolized not only the pursuit of scientific discovery, but also a truly deep desire to understand man's place in the universe. Researchers began to realize that their research was not over, and a new wave of interest in Mount Kailash was just beginning. Each of them, including Alex, became the bearer of a stream of new information that changes the view of the known truth about nature and spiritual entities. Dear friends, if you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find many more interesting stories and mysteries that will amaze your imagination and open new horizons for exploring and understanding the great mystery of our world. We invite you to follow us on this fascinating journey through the real and the mystical, and we hope that each story told will find a response in your heart.